And Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful Sunday. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice. And none of the information provided in this video should ever be taken or seen as a signal to buy. But first and foremost, we look at the crypto bubbles. And as we can see, it's looking a bit friendlier today. It's very, very green. We like the look of that. And as we move into the week, hopefully we'll see a bit more of this trend upwards, which is very, very nice. And as we can see, Quant here currently sitting at $108, ranked at 73. Current market cap of $1.3 billion. Volume still very, very low, as we're not seeing a huge amount of on-chain transactions over the last 5 days. Obviously, I'm not reporting them on Twitter, X. So hopefully this is the calm before the storm, and that hopefully we'll start to see a few more big, large texes over the coming days, which we will talk about in a moment. And we move over to crypto quant, and we can see in the last day, current spot exchange reserves, we're currently looking at 247,000, a slight decline. Hopefully we'll continue to see this trend drop over the next coming weeks. If we look over at Arkham Intelligence, as we can see, not much is really happening other than we've seen a couple of moves from crypto.com to Wintermute and Coinbase to Wintermute. Wintermute being a market maker, brings that liquidity into the market. Other than that, not a huge amount happening at these levels over the last 3 days. So all looking okay. I don't mind the silence. It is fine. It's quiet, because remember, I am here for the long term. But we're going to talk about that today and what I actually mean by that. So short term, short sighted. I put a post out the other day and it said, here for me, quant has value beyond speculation. This is my personal opinion account and should not be seen as financial advice, as I'm not a financial advisor. And obviously we can see this video that I posted before with regards to quant and how they laid out some of the foundation and then built the overledger in regards to the standards, to fit the standards. And as you can see there, that just came up. And I say, Quant has always been focused heavily on expanding its operations and investing in long-term initiatives of addressing interoperability issues within the world of distributed ledger technologies in blockchain. Priority is to create a seamless and secure network that connects various DLTs simultaneously. While the fruits of Quant's labor may not be immediately visible by the wider community, the value behind the scenes is where I personally believe they're behemoth. Here are some examples of companies where stock prices didn't reflect their strong operations and underlying value. So we see Amazon here between 1997 and 2001 during the dot-com boom and bust. Amazon stock plunged from over $100 to under $10, even as it rapidly grew its customer base and laid out the groundwork for e-com dominance. The market overly focused on short-term losses versus Amazon's long-term vision and execution. Now, if we see here Netflix from 2011 to 2012, some of you will remember this. Netflix's decision to split streaming and DVD rental services caused a customer backlash. Its stock fell over 75% from $300 to $70, but Netflix was successfully transitioning to a streaming future. The market overreacted to a PR misstep. And this is where we saw around about the same time that Blockbuster went down as well, because obviously Netflix were looking at the market and deciding what was going to future-proof their business. And naturally, they move over to streaming, which was a massive and a great move as well. And then we see Apple from 2015 to 2016's concern over peaking iPhone sales and slowing China growth caused Apple stock to tumble over 30% despite massive profits and new products like Apple Watch. The sell-off proved to be a major overreaction, which we see quite often, especially in crypto. In each of the above cases, innovative companies executed strongly operationally, while the market myopically fixated on near-term challenges, underestimating their long-term vision and potential. And this, for me, is quant. This is what's actually going on. They're building all the value right now, have done all the way during the bear market, and will continue to do so. And for me, quant is the future of finance. Now, I get asked a lot, when will I sell my quant? At what point? At what value? How much do I think it's going to go to? Now, I can't answer those questions. I can't foresee. I haven't got a crystal ball that can tell you what it will be in the future. All I know is I look at the strong fundamentals. I look at what's going on chain. I look at all those factors. And for me personally, I will choose a number. Okay. And that number will be what benefits my life. I'm not going to sit on quant. If it goes to a certain value where I feel it's going to benefit me and the risk Obviously, that's very, very important because if we look here, we can see we have cycles. We have a bull market, we have a bear market, we have accumulation zone, then we have back into the disbelief, back into the bull. So these cycles continue. And also we have the relative strength index. Now, obviously, these play a part. Now, at some point, when we get into that bull market, we're likely to see at some point an overreaction, an overinflated quant because of FOMO, because of euphoria and everything else. And that RSI will go through the roof. Now, that's not saying that it won't continue even at its max RSI. But I know at that point, if the value's right and we are effectively overbought, I'm probably going to sell some. That's my opinion because I'll be stupid not to because we have market cycles and those market cycles are quite important. Now, what we need to ascertain is whether this is a utility run or the utility run comes next time. So it's basing our opinions on that. And that's what I will base my opinion on at that time, especially for quant, because again, I have other bags that I will be offloading completely or at least 90% of during this bull run. But I have to make the decision with regards to quant. Now, do I sell 50%, 60, 70% and hold some back? That's probably what I'm likely to do during this next bull run. Why? Because I don't think all regulations will be in. I think we'll have some, but I don't think all the regulations will be in for this bull run, making this not necessarily a utility bull run. I think that maybe comes the next bull run. So would I be stupid to hold all my bag during this bull run if it runs to a certain value that I like and not sell it? That's the question. And that's what I will be playing with those thoughts all the way through. And I'll be looking at certain indicators, bearish signals. I'll be looking at the RSI. I'll be looking at various institutional signals as well to see what is happening at that time. Because what we have to remember, again, this is the Wall Street cheat sheet, psychology of market cycle. We have these all the time. At some point, people will FOMO in, they will get euphoric, and it will push the price up. And it'll probably push the price up at that time at high levels. And at some point, it will come back down. It's not saying that it will come down to these levels again. Who knows? It may do, it may drop further, but who knows? Who has the crystal ball to be able to work that out? But what I'm actually saying is we have to play it by ear. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'll do what I will do during this market. If I see a number that I like, that it will effectively change my life in a way that effectively change my current circumstances, then of course, yes, I'm not stupid. I will sell and I will buy back. That's what I will do. I'll buy back because obviously, if that relative strength index goes so high that it's way overbought, then we can almost be certain that it will pull back and there will be lower numbers. And that's why I won't be holding all of it all the way through. So now we have to work out what percentage do you sell 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, or even more, all the way up to 90%, because I've heard people will sell quite a bit. Now, that is the question. Now, how far it will come back, we don't know. But I know for me that if it goes to that overbought signal at some point, then I will sell some because it will inevitably come back due to FOMO. It's just me being logical. Yes, I am a long-term holder, and the likelihood of me selling all my quant is very, very slim. I'm not likely to, dependent on what happens. If we have some horrific news, then maybe. But I'm going to be quite honest, it's not what I'm about. I believe in the technology and I believe what I've researched will hold up into the future. But again, if I see a number, I will sell. That's just being logical. And that's looking at the markets, looking at even this cheat sheet. We've had market cycles, and at some point, there will be some contraction in price. And then that will give me another opportunity to buy back in or DCA down and then wait for the next one. That's how I'm going to play it. I don't know how you're going to play it, so let me know what you're going to do. You're just going to hold all the way through. That's absolutely fine. If you've got a 10-year plan on this, absolutely. Why not? If you can't be bothered with the stress that comes with selling and then rebuying, or the stress of selling and then it keeps going up, then fair enough. And that's why I won't sell all of my bag. I'm probably likely to sell 50% of my bag to bring in some powder so that I can rebuy back when it's dropped below the overbought signals back into a healthy range. Then I'll be back in again with some of those funds. Now, let me know in the comments what you're doing, because I'll be really, really interested to find out what other people are doing. Obviously, lots going on with quant, lots of news coming this year as well. But as I've said, I personally don't think this is going to be the peak of the utility aspect of this market. I think that comes next time, but I do think it will be great because there's so much news coming out, and not, a lot of people aren't doing the research that you guys are doing, so they don't know the value of what it is that you do hold. But I'm not opposed to either strategy. But for me, I've got other bags to sell. I will look at the current situation as it arises, but I'm certainly not going to hold if it peaks out and I know that it's going to come back again and I could have that opportunity to buy in lower and then increase the size of my original bag. So there you go, guys. Just a quick update. I hope you like this update. Remember, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. And if you like the work I do, please support my channel by joining my membership. It's only $3 a month. It'll be helping me out and it helps with everything that I'm doing here when I bring out videos every day with regards to quant. So there you go, guys. All the best, and I'll catch you later.